Hi everyone, topic for this video is cardiac action potential. We all know that there are two important types of cells present in cardiac wall. First is myocyte, that is present in atria and ventricular walls, and second is pacemaker cell, which is present in SA node. So to understand action potential, we will focus on myocyte. Here we can see the myocyte tissue. If we focus, there are many myocytes present in this tissue, which are separated here and shown. The junction where these two myocytes are joined, they are called gap junction. Role of this gap junction we will see in action potential. Right now we will focus on structure of myocyte and important features of myocytes. So here we can see in myocytes there is nucleus, there are myofibrils, that is actin myosin fibers overlapping each other, mitochondria, sarcoplasmic reticulum. So sarcoplasmic reticulum is also known as intracellular calcium store because lot of intracellular calcium is accumulated in this organelle, and there is this inward projection of plasma membrane, finger-like projection. These are called transverse tubule. Now this is the schematic representation of pacemaker cells and myocytes. You can see how pacemaker cells and other myocytes, all of them, they are joined through this gap junction. If we zoom in to the plasma membrane of myocyte, we can see there are many channels present in this membrane. So here the first channel is voltage gated sodium channel. What we mean by voltage gated? That means the channel will open at specific voltage only. The second one is L-type calcium channel. Please remember, this is slow type calcium channel. It opens and closes slowly. Third is voltage gated potassium channel, and fourth is sodium potassium pump. Why is it called pump? Because it requires ATP molecule for function. So these four channels are very important to understand action potential. And the color coding has been given to the ions: sodium green, calcium purple, and potassium blue. Now going ahead with these channels and ions, we will understand what is exactly happening at cellular level in action potential. So with the term action potential, the first question comes in our mind is what we mean by potential or potential difference. So whenever there is difference in presence of charges, amount of charges, it causes potential difference. Like here you can see across the wall of the myocyte, cell membrane of the myocyte, number of positive ions present outside the cell is more compared to number of positive ions present inside the cell. This is generating the potential difference. Relatively inside the cell there is negative potential because less positive ions are present. It is approximately minus 90 millivolt, and this state is called resting potential. Now before going to the action potential curve, just remember this basic state, the original state of the ions in the action potential. You can see green sodium ions and purple calcium ions are outside the cell, whereas potassium ions are inside the cell. Sodium calcium outside the cell and potassium inside the cell. We have to get this original state back
after the action potential. Now let's start with the action potential curve. So the first thing that happens is the pacemaker cell sends few sodium ions in the myocyte through this gap junction whenever there is impulse generation. Now these few sodium ions which entered in the myocyte, they cause increase in potential slightly towards positive. Here we can see the potential difference reaches to -70 millivolts, and this state is called threshold potential. What do you mean by threshold word? Threshold means minimum requirement. So here -70 millivolt is the minimum required voltage to stimulate or open up voltage gated sodium channel. So now at threshold potential, voltage gated sodium channel will open up and all the sodium ions will start rushing in the myocyte. Along with these sodium ions, slow L-type calcium channel will also open and calcium ions will start moving in the myocyte. You can see lot of positive ions have entered in the cell, and that's why the potential difference is moving drastically towards positive and it reaches to plus 40 millivolts. This state is called depolarization. Now since lot of positive ions are present inside the cell, which is imbalanced state, some positive ion has to move out of the cell, and those are potassium ions. So the potassium channel opens up and potassium ions start moving out. This brings the potential difference slightly back towards negative, since positive potassium ions have moved out of the cell. And this state is called early repolarization. Now remember one thing, that slow type L-type calcium channel is still open, unlike sodium channel which has been closed. So right now what is happening, the amount of calcium ions entering in the cell is equal to amount of potassium ions moving out of the cell. And that's why there is no difference in potential in the action potential curve. So this state is called plateau. Now you can see lot of potassium ions are outside the cell myocyte and lot of sodium and calcium ions are inside the cell. If you remember the initial stage of action potential, sodium and calcium has to be out, potassium has to be in. But right now it's exactly reverse state. And we have to come back to original state to start the next action potential. So how we will get the original state? Now the sodium potassium pump will open and it will throw 2 potassium ions in the cell and 3 sodium ions out the cell. Potassium ions inside the cell, sodium ions outside the cell. So sodium has moved out, potassium came in the cell, calcium ions which are present inside the cells, they also go out through sodium calcium pump. And that's how all the sodium and calcium ions are now back to their original state, that is outside the cell, and potassium ions are inside the cell. Now movement of all these positive ions outside the cell drastically reduces potential towards negative and the potential comes back to resting potential. Now here one thing to note, that sometimes it happens that too much of positive ions go out of the cell, and that's why the potential difference comes to highly negative, even below -90 millivolts. and that state is called hyperpolarization. If the cell is in hyperpolarized state, next action potential cannot be generated. This mechanism is used by many drugs to stop the impulse conduction. And in those conditions, to start the next action potential, the potential has to come back to resting potential, that is minus 90 millivolt. When these sodium ions were entering from pacemaker cells to myocyte, some sodium ions also move from this myocyte to next myocyte, and that's how the impulse conduction is taking place from one myocyte to next myocyte. So this was all about movement of ions in the action potential. Now in this whole process, one question that should come in our mind is, in this movement of all the ions, where did the contraction of myocyte occur? Generally that we see that action potential is causing contraction of myocyte. In this whole process, where did contraction happen? This is the schematic representation of myocyte, where we can see there are transverse tubules, sarcoplasmic reticulum, which were actually intracellular calcium stores, and the actin myosin fibers, which actually cause the contraction. Now whenever there is impulse generation, along with sodium ions, calcium ions enter in the myocyte that we had seen, and this was happening in depolarization phase. Now this calcium which has entered in the myocyte, they bind to ryanodine receptors present on sarcoplasmic reticulum, and this binding opens up the calcium channel present on this sarcoplasmic reticulum, and lot of intracellular calcium ions are released in the myocyte. Now this increases calcium concentration drastically in the myocyte, and it signals to troponin C proteins present on the actin fiber. Now this signal of calcium ions are causing actin myosin fibers overlapping or sliding over each other, leading to contraction. So this contraction is happening during phase 1 and 2 of action potential. Now during phase 3, when repolarization is happening, calcium ions have to go back out of the cell, out of the myocyte cell. That's why there is relaxation of actin myosin fibers, and the calcium ions which are present in the myocyte, they are either going back to sarcoplasmic reticulum or going out of the myocyte through sodium calcium pump. So that's how calcium which was entered in the myocyte during depolarization is releasing more intracellular calcium, stimulating troponin C protein, contractile protein of myocyte, and causing contraction in the myocyte. So that was all about action potential in the myocyte and contraction of the myocyte. Thanks for watching this video.